Today we're going to tie a macrame plant hanger together. So for that you need some jute yarn, a scissor, and something to measure with. I will teach you a few different knots and it's going to be so much fun, so let's get started. Once you cut out all the strings of yarn, fold them in half and hold them all together, because now we're going to start with making a wrap knot. So grab one of the shortest strings you cut out first. And the wrap knot is kind of started like this. So let me see if I can show you. So imagine folding it down like a U shape, and then the bottom kind of like a U shape too. And then we wrap all around the strings. So hold these in place, pin the string, fold it down, and fold it up again, and start wrapping around all the strings, including the one we're using for the wrap knot. So I do it about 8 times, and make sure the first round is super tight. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Next step, go through with the string through the loop, pull the bottom string down and hold these two together so it's hidden underneath the wrap like that. Something like this. And now you can cut the yarn and hide these underneath as best as you can, and you can just adjust this to wherever you want it to be. There you have a wrap knot. Let's continue with the next step. So for the next step, we're gonna make right twisting half square knots. So start with dividing all your strings into 4 sections. So you have 4 strings in each one. So we're gonna work one at a time. So about 10 centimeters from your wrap knot, we're gonna make our first knot, the right twisting half square knot. So we do it like this. So 2 of the middle strings, and you have 2 of the side strings. So the right one, we fold that like this on top. The left one, we fold it over and underneath, and you pull it all the way through. And then you tighten it like this, and you do it exactly the same way again. The right string over, kind of like an L shape, then the left one over and under and go through, and just pull them tight. So you can already see it's starting to twist a little bit. So that's what's happening when you do it the same way over and over. It's naturally going to twist. So again, fold the right one over, the left one goes over and under, and pull it all the way through. And just tighten it like this. And just keep going. You can decide yourself how long you want to make this part. I went for 20 knots, just for reference. I'm going to make the last one right here. So I have 20. And there we go. So now just move on to the next section and repeat the same thing on all 4s. And I will meet you at the next step. So now I have finished the first step on all 4 sections. So for the next step, we're just going to make a regular knot. So grab all the strings on one section, and about 10 centimeters down, we just make a knot. So just wrap it around like this and pull all the strings through. And you can of course place the knot wherever you want, but this is how I like it. Something like that. And just repeat on all 4 sections so they look the same. Try to get the knot more or less in the same height. And the last one. There we go, something like that. Maybe this one should be a little bit further down. All right, there we go. Let's move on to the next step. Let's continue with the next step. So now we're going to repeat step number 2 that we did up here, down here. So again, we make the same amount of right twisting half square knots as you did on step number 2 on all 4 sections. So I did 20 knots for mine. I'm going to continue making 20. So repeat on all 4 sections, and then I will meet you at the next step. So for this next step, we're going to attach these sections to each other with square knots. So I'm going to show you with these 2 middle sections right here. So I'm separating the strings. So I'm going to use 2 from this section and 2 from this one. We're going to make square knots. So, and of course, you can decide wherever you want to put your square knots, because this is going to turn into a mesh, kind of. So where you're going to put your plant later. So I decided about 20 centimeters down from this twisted section, but just to show you, I'm going to do it up here so you can see how it looks. And of course, you just adjust it to whatever plant you want to hang up. Okay, so again, 2 strings from 2 sections, and we're going to attach these together. So for the square knot, it's kind of like the one we did before, but we don't want it to twist. So we grab the right one, fold it like an L on top of the 2 middle strings. The left one we put on top. And again, we go underneath and pull through the loop like this. Tighten it a bit. And then we start with the left string. So we put that on top like an L. The right one goes above and then underneath and pull through the loop. And there you have a square knot. So we make 1 for each new section. So you're going to have 4 new sections at the end. So just repeat on all 4. Make your square knots, and then I will meet you at the next step. So here I have my 4 new sections with my square knots, and now we're going to repeat the same step one more time, but this time I'm going to make my square knots about 5 centimeters down. So again, we're going to create 4 new sections. So grab 2 strings from one section and 2 from the next door one, and make another square knot. So we repeat the same step on all 4 sections, and this will create the mesh we talked about before. Just pull the strings a little bit. And just continue, and I will meet you at the next step where we are gonna attach all the strings together, and we're almost done. So for the final step, we're gonna make one last wrap knot and tie all of these strings together at the bottom. So grab one of the strings we cut at the beginning. So the yarn is about 60 centimeters long. And let's make a wrap knot. You can just, if you remember how to do it, just check step number 1, or just look at this one more time. I will do it as simple as I can. So grab all the yarn, take this short string and fold it like a U shape. And then one more time. And then we're gonna wrap around all of them. So go around about 8 times. And we're gonna try and tighten the first one a little bit like that. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we go through the loop like this, and then you pull the bottom string. Hold this tight, so you kind of pull both, but this wants to go all the way down and underneath the knot. So you hide it like that, so it's secure and tight. Then you can cut the yarn like that and push it up if you like it to be shorter. You can just adjust this whenever you have tried your whatever plant you want in here, so it's secure and tight for that size. And for the last step, you're just gonna cut the yarn off and make a tassel at the bottom. Make it as long as you like. I like mine pretty long, so I'm just gonna cut it down here. There, we're done. Now you can just try it out. Find a nice place for it. Great job. Yay, you tied your very own plant hanger. Great job. So thank you so much for tying knots with me and MYO today. Please check out more videos on our website, and I'll hope to see you in the next one. Bye.